Hi, I'm Laura. I'm director of Film the Change, and we made a short documentary with Rick last year called Film the Change Plastic. Started with the straws, and the idea was to make a short thing about straws, and I think we're all kind of maybe on the agreement now that straws are a bit of a distraction to the problem, and it was during that realization for me and coming across things like the PRN recycling system and going to a recycling plant and talking to actual experts in the field rather than just, because I didn't study plastic, I studied a completely different environmental topic. So for me, it was like it was during the production that I learned a lot of really new things about plastic, and then it had to change direction out of straws. And yeah, it had to become about more serious issues. We'd gone to a recycling plant to film what happens there and interview the people doing the recycling, and then we were walking through the yard and they had baled up different materials that they'd sorted out, and I was asking like sort of what's worth what, and the aluminium bale was worth like 10-20 times more than the plastic, the PET and the LDPs and things. So I was like, what is this about? And then I just did some more research into aluminium, and it turns out to be a incredibly important material for the circular economy, which is where the film was sort of talking about. And it was at that point I was like, okay, I need to get a little bit of information about this into the film. I think you guys are the spearhead of aluminium recycling in the UK, and Rick is the top of that, and I think I got connected to him and I just said, I really want a little input. I think the key takeaway is like humans will constantly need to progress. We need to grow, we need to move, we need to see new things. Like it's part of our DNA, really. And I just think we need to keep creating systems that work within ecological boundaries, because those boundaries are very physical and we must respect them. We submitted it to a lot of international green film festivals around the world, and it's won a couple of awards, which I think is quite nice, and just kind of shows that people are really paying attention to this problem now. In a lot of ways, you know, there were whole topics around waste and consumption.